All right, hello and welcome to this matchup between the Tucson Vipers and the Omaha Spartans. Of course, you guys are going to see the lineup here. Today we're witnessing two 1-0 teams taking on each other. Omaha, the surprising 1-0, as Danny, Joe, and James will all take Tucson with a massive scoring fest for Tucson. Dave being the lone man going 30-16, though the supercomputer has Omaha with only a 26% chance. Obviously, that means Tucson with a 74. So welcome back to the train depot, the home of the NAGA. It's a little bit of a after hours type of situation here, as this is a very late night. Tucson winning the coin toss. So a bit of a late night. The commentary will be a little bit quieter, not as energetic as I would prefer, but that is perfectly okay. Sometimes you don't need super energy. Sometimes you might wind up with a game that's a blowout. But we'll find out. Brown taken down just shy of the 20. I'll mark him down in the 19. And this game will get started. Across all metrics, across the board, it seems as though Tucson should be able to come in here, continue their high-flying offense, and Omaha should technically be pushed out from under the rug. So we're going to see how this works. Dickinson spinning around, evading gain of 9 yards. 2nd and 1, Julian Forbes subbing in now. That's a bit unique. We're going to see what went down there. My goodness, that was a fast sub. 2nd and 1. Tedesco's going to motion number 10 to the inside. That's going to show him Scott Forbes going to be taken down. No gain. So Dickinson will come back in. So I'm supposing Dickinson knew something that Forbes did not. As this will probably be a first down for Mr. Dickinson. Tedesco motion the man out to the right. Go! And they're going to hand off to Dickinson right up the middle. Gain of 8 yards. He's going to sub back down for Julian Forbes. Okay. Okay, I see why. 5 wide receivers. All right. So it seems as if Tedesco and the Vipers sack, but that could be a taken back. Yep, holding against James Eddy. So the sack does not matter by Mr. Bates. Donovan Dickinson now coming back in. Tedesco under center. He's going to motion the tight end out to the left. Fakes a handoff and is taken down. He isn't going to be given the sack on one play. He'll just take it on the next. 2nd and 16. Roman Bates, 1 tackle, 1 sack. Tedesco under center. Dickinson in the backfield. He's going to motion the tight end out to the left. Back to pass. 4-man rush. 5-man rush. 2 rushers in his face. Swatted away. The tight end unable to get the pass. There are a couple of handful of things that Tucson needs to do. We'll explain this as they commence this next play. Is Dickinson with a 19-yard gain, so that's a 1st and 10. So first of all, they need to get Ronnie Patterson Jr. involved in the pass game. He, of course, is their best weapon. Then they need to get Dickinson going on the ground game. He is number 2 in rushing, only behind Ramon Guden. Tedesco back to pass. 4-man rush. Man in his face, backpedaling. That'll be swatted away. 2nd and 10. So it seems as though today Tucson's pass game is going to be a little bit more of boom or bust. So it seems that the run game is going to be the most efficient. Dickinson sheds off 2 tacklers. My goodness, gain of 3. Julian Forbes now coming in. I think Tucson is probably, 5 wide receiver set. So, yeah, it seems as though kind of subbing out. Go! Dickinson, when they need to pass, is going to launch that. Ooh, dropped pass. Interesting to see who that would have been. But that's a 4th and 7, so now they're going to punt. This will more than likely punt. Or, I would say, well, yeah, they're obviously going to punt. Pin, and it will not. So Tucson, of course, is going to make me eat my words. It's going to say this is more than likely going to pin Omaha inside the 20. But instead it's an easy touchback. So now Omaha takes the field without their number 1 wide receiver, JoJo Stevens. So this offense is going to look drastically different. Scored 30 points last week. Now you're missing your best offensive player. What will you do? And Vincent with a Irish heel click, I guess. I don't know what I just saw. It's a mix between a hurdle and a sidestep. So, very interesting. Of course, you can see the stacked defense for Tucson there as Lowry surveying. He's going to motion the man to the inside, off to the right, number 83. It's back to pass, 4-man rush. He's got time. I don't know what I just saw. All right, we're going to clip that and send that over to Danny, as Lowry's going to launch this one immediately. That was a bad idea, my goodness. So that'll be a 3 and out, as Omaha had 2 chances to do something, and instead of capitalizing, they had the receiver run out of bounds before the ball got to him. And the second one, Lowry just threw into double coverage. So you can definitely tell they're missing JoJo Stevens for sure. Desco is going to motion the man out to the right. He's going to pitch out to the right. Dickinson off to the races. Gain of 10 yards. It'll be shy, though. He's second in inches. A little under 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Tedesco is going to motion the man into the right. This will definitely be a run up the middle. And they're going to go to the outside, so Dickinson with lots of yardage here. Gain of 10 yards. Julian Forbes now subbing in. Forbes in the back. Tedesco under center. Looks like a heavy run set to the right, and they do. Forbes, oh my goodness, immediately swallowed up. Gain of 2. Forbes will be staying out there. Interesting call. Potentially looking for a speed option sweep out to the right. As they do motion him out to the right again, that is Scott, and this time he gets more blocks. Gain of 6 yards, I think, yep, here we go. So Cameron Perry will walk out before Donovan Dickinson tells him, hey, man, this is my job, so why don't you go sit back down on the bench. Wide open grass to the left. I'd be shocked if they run to the right, and they do, and that's going to be a TFL. Loss of 3 yards. 4th down, and now they're going to go ahead and go for the field goal here, so I think there definitely should be a situation where if you see that much green grass to your left, and you have the second best running back, oh no. Oh no. 55-yard field goal is no good. Oh my goodness. He had the leg, he didn't have the accuracy. Oh no. So now Omaha, this is just going to be the battle of who fumbles the bag less. As Vincent threw number 50 off, and then 50 decided that he didn't care. What a unit. Of course, I also think that's on Vincent for standing still for some reason. I don't know why you would shake off a defender and stand still in the middle of a game like this. It's Lowry back to pass. Blitzer in his face. Randall gain 3 yards, and that'll be 3rd and 6. So I guess it's more like a gain of 2.5. So now we're in a situation where Omaha needs to pass. Back to pass. 5-man rush. Got a wide open Randall over the middle. Gain of 10 yards. David Greeley now coming in for Gilbert Randall. Tyrone Shirley coming in for Lawrence Howard Jr. So Lowry now flanked by the running back and the fullback. Fakes the handoff to the fullback. He's got all day, and he throws straight to a defensive back. Had a wide open man for the end zone. Gilbert Randall now subbing back in, 2nd and 10. So Lowry's going to hand off to Vincent. Vincent had all the green grass in the world. Oh no. Lunsford with a shoulder injury is not expected to return. So that is a huge blow to the defensive line. As Lowry will motion number 85 out to the left. There is a flag, 5-man rush. He's just launching into quadruple coverage. Daniels now has a leg injury, and Solomon Lloyd committed a penalty. Oh my goodness. This is one of those games where you sit there and you really wonder, is this the tank bowl? Are they trying to lose the game? And what was a first down is going to be pushed back, and I hate when that crap happens because he had a first down, but because they do the animation, they get shoved back half an inch. So now this field goal is going to be up, and it is going to be good. So 56-yard field goal, first few points on the board. So now we get to see if Tucson can right the ship. They did lose Lunsford for the game and the defensive back, so they need to stay on offense as long as they can. As Brown will get taken down just ahead of the 15-yard line. They'll mark him down to the 17. So Tucson doesn't have any injuries today, however, coming into the game. However, right now, their secondary defensive tackle is Dickinson gets all the green grass in the world. Cedric Lunsford, their second-string defensive tackle, is now out, so Jerome Tate will now take over. Not too big of a drop-off, but it does look like they're running a 3-4 scheme for the most part. So losing that player is definitely going to hurt when it comes to playing exotic coverages at the goal line. So Donovan Dickinson, 7 for 45, 1 reception on 1 target for 20 yards. Tedesco back to pass, 4-man rush. He's got all day, and that's going to be intercepted by Dewitt. Dewitt's going to be tackled down. So Dewitt, one of the better defensive players for Omaha, coming up with a big play there. The 31-year-old making some plays at his old age. Good to see that. Gain of 3 yards. Omaha 2nd and 7. Alonzo Vincent, 5 for 12 on 1 target, 0 receptions. Vincent off to the right has some blocks. Going to get pushed back again. So 3rd and 4. I think at this rate, Vincent is going to leave the game with about 60 yards less than he should with all the pushback he's getting on every single play. So Lowry, empty backfield, 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. The worst thing you can do is throw an interception right here, and they don't, but they do throw it short of the yard, so I guess that's the second worst thing you can do. So now Omaha will aim for a field goal here. And that will go up, and that will be good. So Omaha takes a touchdown lead minus the PAT. So as long as Dickinson doesn't run off a 80-plus yard touchdown, or Ronnie Patterson Jr. doesn't blow past the defense for an 80-plus yard touchdown, Omaha is safe. Brown with the return. Brown easily getting to the 20-yard line. My goodness. So 1st and 10 of the 22. And of course, as I've talked about to many people about the Tucson offense, Tedesco, one of the top passers. Dickinson gets TFL'd, lost it 2. Dickinson can be one of a, and of course, there you go, number 20, Daniels, the defensive back from injury now. So that'll bolster up the defense over there. As Dickinson gets wide green grass to the right, we'll shove him back. So he'll only get 6, would have gotten 8 or 9. Tedesco, one of the top passers. Ronnie Patterson Jr., one of the top rising wide receivers. Dickinson can be a great running back. Just needs to get those blocks. Hard for him to make too many plays. As Forbes, oh my goodness, had all the speed in the world. Just stopped by a linebacker who didn't know where he was. So it'll be 4th down, 4th and 2. So now Tucson will be kicking this. And this is the part where Omaha attempts to do something besides score a field goal. Of course, that something does not include turning the ball over, so let's hope the offense doesn't pull that maneuver. Of course, if you guys have not been notified, Omaha is now under new leadership. As Lowry, oh my goodness, the offensive lineman getting blown off his block, and Lowry charging forward for a gain of 6. Oh my goodness, making something out of nothing. Mr. Sly GL is now the new owner of the Omaha Spartans. The front office, of course, will be able to assist in anything they may need, but this is a great thing as Vincent breaking over 3 tackles. My goodness, so he's for sure going to need to take a water break on that one. Jordan Tillman subbing him. So the front office will no longer have to run the Omaha Spartans. This owner now can come in, make any changes they see fit, and hopefully they make some good improvements to the team that desperately needs him. Lowry, he had a wide open man to the right, and 85 dropped it. Oh my. So when they needed him the most, Corey Cavanaugh, the tight end, dropped the pass. Oh my. And he's one of their best receivers outside of Rashawn Holloway today. Martin Jr. with the return. Oh my goodness, a nasty stiff arm. So 1st and 10 of the 20-yard line with 6 minutes remaining. My brain is getting scrambled. Heavy run set to the left. My goodness, and they do. They pitch it out. Dickinson, one man to beat. Oh, gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Omaha getting so used to the pass plays. They're dropping 3 deep. Not really necessary when the run game seems to be working out a lot more. 3-man rush. They got a spy. They're going to launch it to Buxton. Buxton's going to be just shy. 3rd and 1. So now it's going to be an interesting take on how Tucson goes about this one. It should be Dickinson right up the middle.
Go!
And it's not. They're going to try and run it. They're going to throw it. I apologize. I don't know how to say words. Gain of 5 for Dickinson. They're going to pass it. And of course, an easy 1st down is the linebacker covering Mr. Dickinson. Not able to read that play. Tommy Tedesco, 3 of 7, 32 yards, 1 interception. Hands off to Dickinson. Dickinson, gain of 7. 2nd and 3. Julian Forbes now back in. I can't tell if it's the linebackers and the D linemen hitting Dickinson that's causing the massive subs, or if it's just because the way that Tucson's been wildly playing today, where they're doing 5 wideouts after almost every other run play. So, a bit interesting to see this schematic. So Tommy Tedesco now at 50%. Heavy run set to the right. Going to hand off to Dickinson to the left, and he's going to push a would-be tackler off. Gain of 7 here. 2nd and 3. Julian Forbes now subbing back in. So it's looking as if, I'm guessing what happened is because the 5 wide set, it screwed up the tempo and the stamina for the running back, I suppose. I'm not too sure. But the good news for Tucson is that Forbes is just as fast, though, I mean, I don't really know if fast is going to help when your whole offensive line bails on the defender they're supposed to be blocking. So that was interesting. I think 3 defensive linemen got through the offensive line. So now we're back to a 5 wide receiver set. 4-man rush. He's got a wide open man over the middle, Buxton. I don't think I've ever seen anyone more open. And of course, you look at the cover 3 sky, and that's why you've got a safety dropping down to cover and a cornerback going up to cover for the safety. That just doesn't make any sense. I don't know why Omaha would include that play in their playbook. It's a 4-man rush plus a blitzer. Oh my goodness, he got home. Oh no, wide receiver Buxton has a back injury. He will not be expected to return. So this wide receiver corps just got a lot more thin. As somehow, oh my goodness, Dickinson, great catch. So if I'm reading this right, they have Jonathan Buxton. I assume he's playing ahead of Cameron Baskin and Trayshawn Rice, as that's going to be thrown and deflected down. This will now be a field goal attempt. I'm assuming the depth chart order, Jonathan Buxton is ahead of the other 2, because he is right now the 6th, 7th wide receiver on the depth chart. That'll be good. A 51-yard field goal. Very nice by Mr. Spencer. Yeah, he's the 7th wide receiver on the depth chart. I'm assuming he's probably got bumped up to about 4th, maybe 3rd, but he will not be playing anymore. So now they will have some other players come in. And oddly enough, as Holloway shy of the 20, he's actually the slowest wide receiver. So I would be a little confused. Nashon Scott and Trevon Kidwell are the only ones that are just slower than him. So what I said was false, as that was a little bit underthrown. I definitely think you probably want to put some more heat on that one. Probably want to layer that a little bit more. So 2nd and 10, going to launch it over, and 5K. Oh my goodness, 19-yard gain by Randall. Do not know how he did that one. 1st and 10. So inside the 2-minute warning, Hudson Lowry, 4 for 9, 35 yards. This is 1930s football. Now the defense has encroached, so it'll be 1st and 5. The clock continues to run. And now it'll stop, so that was okay. So we lose 5 seconds because the clock decided to keep running after a penalty was called. So motion the running back out. 4-man rush, gonna launch it. Oh my goodness, he's wide open. Holloway. Gain of 24 yards. 1st and 10. Lowry starting to heat up. Vincent now in the backfield. Lowry back to pass. He's got a man. Oh my goodness. Unable to get the man open. Or not open, but to catch it. Corey Cavanaugh was wide open, had the ball. Holloway making his first catch earlier in the drive. So Lowry back to pass. Going into double coverage. There is a flag. Could be holding. And it is against the offense. And it'll be 2nd and 20. Oh my goodness. So now they have to pray that they can get enough yardage to go for a field goal here. 2 more incompletions, and they will not get a field goal here. Motion Holloway to the inside. 4-man rush. Lowry's got all day. He's going to launch it. That was definitely not going to be caught by the fullback, Matthew Vaught. I don't really know what kind of plan that was for Lowry. Relying on a fullback deep down the field with 3 defenders around him. Motions the man. 5-man rush. Got a blitz. That's definitely not going to be caught. So they will go 4th and 20, and they will punt it. So this is what happens when you don't want to run the ball inside the 2-minute warning. And instead of getting an easy 3 free points, and now a touchback. So again, this is just the battle of who can fumble the bag worse. It's Tucson now, awaiting their bid for a possible field goal. This is where they thrive. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Okay, never mind. I spoke a little too early. Willis with the interception. They do not thrive here, apparently. Tommy Turnovadeska has returned. Lowry back to pass. 4-man rush. He's got a wide open haul. Being 28 yards, that'll be a timeout by Omaha. So they were definitely trying to layer some plays on the left side over there, and it worked beautifully. Lowry, 4-man rush, gonna launch it. Oh my goodness, what a terrible drop by number 5. Oh man. Alonzo Martin Jr. had that in his hands. Lowry back to pass, launching it to the corner, and that's dropped apparently, according to the crowd, though they were about 5 feet out. So Rashawn Holloway going to be credited with a drop for this game. 20 seconds remain. Lowry, Vincent to the right. They're definitely not going to run this. I would be glad if they did. They don't. They're going to launch it to the left. Ooh, I don't really know what was going on there. The DBs were going for the catch, but then Randall was going for the catch after they deflected it, so I don't really know. But Omaha does get that field goal. Turns out they were playing the long con, as Tedesco turned the ball over on his first pass attempt and set the 2-minute warning. As Connect. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, Connect. Okay. So, like the Wii Connect, or yeah, something like that. Xbox Connect. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what happens in after hours. You have ideas, and they form. And then you realize you're so tired. Tedesco motions the man to the inside. Back to pass. 4-man rush. Got a man down the middle. He's going to drop that one. Omaha calling a conservative deep play. 2nd and 10. Tedesco, 5 wide receiver set. Back to pass. 4-man rush. Got a blitzer on the left. That's going to be caught by Brown. Oh, wow. A 1-second timeout. So, can Tucson get that play where Ronnie Patterson Jr. blows past the defense? Can they get it? In the I formation, I don't think so. There we go. 4-man rush. They're going to drop it. Okay. We'll go ahead and start the second half for y'all. As they all begin to stare at us. So, I don't know if anyone knows, but on Netflix, there is a show called Physical 100. My fiance has gotten me addicted to it. And yes, we are talking stories right now because this has got to be the most tank bowl of all tank bowls right now. So Physical 100 is a Korean show. Obviously not North Korean show, but a South Korean show. It takes the 100 best people, and they try to find the best body, the most scientifically proven body, I believe it is, for who is the strongest, right? What is the best specimen? It's really awesome. We're going to finish up... no, we already did, actually. We finished Season 1. I believe there's a Season 2, I think, but it was awesome. It was fun. As Lowry launched it to the left. Vaught caught that somehow. First down, my goodness. So actually, just remember, we started the first episode of the second season. So it's looking pretty great. They have a guy in South Korea called Thanos. And he's huge. He's a powerhouse. So Lowry back to pass. 3-man rush. Got a spy. He's got all day. Going to launch it down the middle with triple coverage. Somehow those DBs not facing the quarterback saw that. There's another show, though, that we are watching called The Devil's Plan. Another South Korean show. And it is about it's a game competition. As Lowry hands off to Vincent. Vincent off to the right. Makes the man miss. Gains another few yards. Gain of 8. And so they have a bunch of really smart people. At least I assume they think they're smart. There's a really smart guy who knows all about science and stuff like that. And they did a game of Trader as Vincent off to the right. Oh my goodness, what a game-saving stop that was. Unable to find who did that. I believe that was number 54. As Omaha will be forced to punt. And so it's a games about, using your brain, right? Lots of math, puzzles, mind games, stuff like that. Really cool stuff. And I think the shows are really interesting. I don't really take to the American drama TV shows. It's not really my style. But these South Korean shows, these are really nice. It's not, there's no fake drama. Things happen naturally. And, it's not the Kardashians. That's... It's really nice. I enjoy those type of shows. But yeah, so now that sidebar is done, there's not really much else to talk about here as Tedesco goes to 5 wide out, and we will see how this goes. Some motions number 10 inside. 3-man rush. Got a spy up and a launch it far left of Baskin, who will run out of bounds. And they won't stop the clock as McLeod is injured with a leg injury, but he is expected to return. Dickinson off to the left, rushing, evades the tackle. It's taken down, gain of 23, his largest run to date. And Kennedy, the offensive line, has a hand injury. He is expected to return, not expected to return. So Cody Kennedy, the center, will be replaced. Oh my goodness, that was their best offensive lineman too. Unfortunate. Forbes off to the left. Forbes, oh my God. I am 95% sure he just threw a left-handed punch. So, of course, as you can see, Tucson, Omaha, they are really scrapping it out here. Dickinson in the back. 34 off to the left. Hand off to Dickinson. Dickinson charging. Gain of 5. 1st and 10. Julian Forbes now subbing in. So now Donovan Dickinson almost at 100 yards today. Hands off to Forbes. He's going to be TFL'd. Unfortunate. So Giannone with the TFL. He does have a deflection to his name. 2nd and 13. Handoff to Dickinson. Broke the tackle. Unable to break that one. As Willis now gets credited with the TFL. Forbes back in and out because they're doing a 4 wide receiver set and a tight end. So they're really trying to get this first down. Probably going to do another throw right over the middle. Or a left out route pass. We're going to see. They're going to throw that. There's a flag on the defense more than likely. Holding. So all that work and effort for naught. So now they get a free first down, and Dickinson will come back out. Tommy Tedesco, 8 of 16, 90 yards, 2 interceptions. Go! Hands off to Dickinson. Dickinson with all the lane, and he's going to run to the right, and that's a touchdown. The crowd silenced, confused, unknowing what to do. So they ran for 64 yards and passed for 9. Incredible. Spencer with the kick. Spencer, PAT is good. Tucson takes over 10-9. It's definitely going to be one of those more interesting games that we have. And the kick is off. Holloway with the return. That'll be 1st and 10 with 17, just shy of the 20. So now Omaha needs to drive down and score. They had held the lead all game long. A blown assignment on the left hand. Vincent, and Vincent is off to the left. And Vincent shedding a tackle, taken down at the 45-yard line. Gain of 28. Jordan Tillman now coming in. So Alonzo Vincent getting a crucial rushing play. Go! Lowry hands off to Tillman. They're going to try the left side again, gain of 4. Vincent coming back in. And I understand that it worked the first time, but don't you think they would expect the left side again? If anything, you should have gone for the right. So Lowry, 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. We're going to see how well this one works out for Omaha. Only needs 6 yards. Free rusher on his left side. He'll gain 1 whole yard. So now it's 3rd and 5, and of course, again, Tucson running that aggressive coverage scheme that's screwing up Lowry's vision. Really great play calling by the DC here. So they're going to motion out the running back. Fullback's in the back, probably for protection. He's going to run a route and catch the first down. Wow, he caught everyone by surprise. Oh my goodness. So now Livermore expected to return, but he's down with a leg injury. So Tucson, oh my goodness, Tucson is just, they're getting shredded out here. So now they're down to 1 defensive tackle. Vincent off to the left, hurdling a man, taken down, gain of 7. So Jerome Tate is the lone defensive tackle. They're probably going to have Edgar and Matthew Lovejoy take over at backup duty over there. Lowry, there is a flag potentially on the offense. Oh my goodness, deflected down. Linebacker is trying to go for an interception. 1st and 10 for Omaha now. So as long as they do not fumble or throw an interception, Lowry is going to regress very badly after today. That is for sure. 4 wide receiver, 1 tight end. Lowry back to pass. 3-man rush. Got a free blitzer, and he got away just in time. 7 unable to come down with the interception. And there is the famed unknown play by the defense. 3-4 blank. Vincent in the back, pitch out to Vincent. Vincent, 1 man, breaks a tackle, charging forward, gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now. Vincent making a lot of things happen when they shouldn't. So McLeod is now back in, so even if Omaha were to turn it over, they would be able to get that desperate help they need from the safety to stop Dickinson and Forbes. Lowry back to pass, flag down. Oh my goodness, so close, and it's holding, so it's going to be a 1st down. So another thing I think that I would love to see for the next version of Axis football, being able to lob the passes and layer them over defenders, because that is a walk-in touchdown. That is a walk-in touchdown on defenders like that who try to go for the interception. Wide open is Vincent, gain of 9 yards, 2nd and 1. I think if Omaha is to come away with this game, they really need to look at Vincent. It's not the prettiest game, but it works. This is almost like when OKC used to have Kenny Matlock. I believe they had Kenny Matlock before they went to Marquez Clark, and Vincent off to the right. Vincent cutting back in. Vincent charging forward, gain of 8. And OKC would just have these absolutely grinding games. So that is the end of the 3rd quarter, 10-9. And these grindy games you'd end with less than like 200 total yards. You'd end with maybe 100 passing, maybe a little over 100 rushing if you're lucky. Lowry just, I think he did a full 360 as Ramirez gets the sack. I don't know what I just saw. I think he did a 360 thinking he had time, and Ramirez comes breaking around the end. Hands off to Vincent. Vincent, one man to beat. Oh, 6-yard gain. They're back to the 3-yard line. So now Livermore is back. So now this is going to make this even more difficult. They really need this touchdown. And they're going to go 5 wide receivers with 3 yards left. Very interesting. 6 men on the line. Motions 83 to the inside. Got a rusher. He's throwing. Oh, my goodness. Just threw straight to the defender. I mean, if Tucson could just have their DBs grab just one pass, it'd be so much better. Here we go. Chip shot connect. That's good. Omaha leading 12-10. The shootout that we all thought would occur here. So Omaha, for the 4th time today, kicking off. The kicker's leg is definitely going to need to be iced down after this one. Brown with the return. Brown looking at the 20-yard line, taken down. They're going to mark him down at the 18-yard line. So now Tucson needs to drive down the field. Dickinson in the backfield. McLeod for the Spartans is back on the field. Gain of 1 yard. Stopped by the linebacker. And of course, as you can see, McLeod there in the top left of the defense. Moving over the top right, they're expecting a run play here, and they do run it. Dickinson taken down. And of course, you can see now the Tucson offense has adjusted. So they're watching out for McLeod, because as soon as McLeod went out, they were able to run as fast and as far as they wanted. So now the plan is to stop McLeod and let Dickinson just beat anyone else. So Forbes is back in. Oh my goodness. Wow. So if anyone wasn't paying attention, right, let's say you got this on in the background, I'll explain the play. So Tedesco drops back. Forbes is running out to the right. He's completely open. But Tedesco decides to throw anyways into about 7 defenders. A linebacker, or perhaps it was a DB, running towards the way the ball was going, so he wasn't paying attention, was pushing the linebacker that was going for the interception, and thus he was unable to try to intercept. And oh my gosh, Holloway with an incredible 37-yard gain. Oh no, and now Wilcox. Oh my goodness, Tucson is just getting shredded today. Jason Wilcox, their starting middle linebacker, he is out. Oh my goodness, Vincent TFL, loss of 3. Tucson's trying their hardest, but oh my goodness, they've lost so many players today. Darian Daniels went down for a bit. They lost their center. They lost Javonte Livermore for a little bit. They lost Cedric Lunsford for the game. I don't know what that throw was. Tua? Is that Tua Tagovailoa on the field? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Huh. That little weak arm throw, my goodness, there is a penalty. Patrick Winkleman, so that is a goated last name. It's going to be 3rd and 13. So at this point, Omaha is they're just kicking field goals. So they desperately need Chocho Stevens to be healed magically. So Lowry drops back to pass. He's throwing. That is not going to be completed, unfortunately. So it's going to be 4th and 18. They're going to go for a field goal here. Kick is up. Oh my goodness, it may not be good. It doinks in. 49-yard field goal. Connect. 15-10, the score we all expected heading into this game. So unfortunately for Omaha, JoJo Stevens is going to be out till week 4. So they have to play 2 more weeks after this without him. And even worse, Corey Thomas is going to be out till week 5. So Tedesco back to pass. 4-man rush. He's got all day. Scott hit as he receives the ball. Gain of 10. Now, we do need to mention Cody Kennedy, the man who just went out for the rest of the game as the offensive lineman, was questionable until next week. 4-man rush. He's going to get hit. Oh, my goodness. Loss of 7. Bates with the sack. 2nd and 17. Roman Bates, 4 tackles, 2 sacks. And Josiah Fair is probable until week 4. He is active today. Dickinson off to the left. Dickinson, stiff arm. Dickinson, gain of 7 yards. Give me 3rd and 10. All that work just to get back to the normal spot. Forbes now taking over. Donovan, 135 yards, 20 attempts, 3 receptions for 35 yards on 3 targets, and a singular touchdown. Tedesco, oh my goodness. Is that number 18, I believe that was? That would have been Ronnie Patterson Jr., the man, the myth, the legend. Go! Tucson went out punt. So this Omaha offense, I mean, is Holloway's going to return this? I mean, let's look at it like this. Oh my goodness. So Ronnie Patterson Jr. is now injured, but he's I don't know if they need to fire the... Oh my goodness, Vincent? If they need to fire their trainer at the facility, but whatever's going on here, Tucson really needs to look into what in the world they're doing at their facility. They definitely need to take a look at the fitness of all these players, because this is starting to get a little bit ridiculous. Now, of course, obviously, Ronnie Patterson Jr. is going to be expected to return. But yeah, with a fitness of 73, I mean, you're running the risk of a lot of these players just getting ripped out of games. And oh my goodness, just a dropped interception again. 4th and 6, just cannot get a break. So now Tucson is going to get another shot. And this could potentially be the nail in the coffin for Omaha. They're struggling. Martin Jr. with a turn, taken down just ahead of the 30-yard line. 31, 1st and 10. So Omaha is going to get 1 point if they win. If they lose today, they'll get 1 point for scoring more than 14 points. If they win, they'll get 6 points. Flag down. Scott. Gain of 6, and I'll continue this thought process later. So Patterson Jr. is back. It's offsides against the defense, so Omaha didn't even make anything out of that possession without Ronnie. So they'll get 6 points because they'll win, so 5 plus the 1 offense, but then they'll have shut out Tucson from getting 15 points, so they'll get another 10, they'll get another 5, so it'll be 11 points. Let's go back to pass, being brushed by the blitzer, oh my goodness, dropped, interception, 2nd and 5. You also have to remember, Omaha would be on a win streak, so this would be the 2nd week that they win, so they would get another additional 5 points. Tedesco hands off to Dickinson, and oh my goodness, he may have just... Wow. Wow, what a save by the spotting crew. Dickinson had a full left lane for about 30 yards and rushed back inwards. Fullback's going to motion on to the left. Hands off to the right. Forbes, all the speed in the world. Oh my goodness, evading all those tackles. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Dickinson back in. Tucson trying to drain as much clock as they can before they score. They do need to score a touchdown, though. 2nd and 2. Pitch out to Dickinson. Dickinson got all the green. Gain of 13 yards. Tonio Willis subbing out Tony Whitfield. Tonio Willis was injured last week, but he is active today. But he's not at full health. So this will be interesting. Dickinson over 150 yards today. Let's go back to pass. Late blitzer. Oh my goodness, and that's intercepted by Powell. Wow. Wow. Jumping the route. Oh my goodness. Vincent in the backfield. Hands off to Vincent. Vincent's got a couple blockers before he's getting swarmed, gain of 5 yards. Oh, wow. Those type of routes are some of the most brutal routes to throw to when you have a safety heading over the top like that. 2-minute warning. So Tucson needs to be very smart here. They need to let Omaha get this first down. And they need to let them call a timeout. Go! Lowry, he's got a wide open man to the left. Oh my goodness, that could have been intercepted. Number 54 could have saved Tucson from potentially being drowned down here. So Tucson saves a timeout. Omaha, 3rd and 5. Probably going to run it in the 2-minute warning. As usual, heavy run set to the left. Play action. Oh my goodness, just both people on both sides. Defender dropped it. Wide receiver had it. Oh my goodness. Again, it's It's who can fumble the bag more. Galicia with the punt. Here we go. Martin Jr. with the return. Just ahead of the 25-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 28. So this is a career-defining drive right here. Tucson needs to drive down the field and score, and Omaha needs to get a stop. Tedesco back to pass. 3-man rush. Got a spy. He's taken down. Loss of 8. I think that was Ronnie Patterson Jr. just breaking open as he got hit. Christian Grant, 6 tackles, 1 sack. 2nd and 18. Here we go. Back to pass. 4-man rush. Tedesco. Oh, my goodness. Not the choice. Gain of 7. Be 3rd and 12. Oh, my goodness. So Blake Fry is now injured with a leg injury, expected return. And he had an 85 fitness. Oh, my God. So now they're down their 2 best offensive linemen. Tedesco back to pass. 4-man rush. Going to lob it over. Ooh, number 14 unable to come down with it. That's Jeremiah Brown. So that is their number 1 wide receiver. So 4th down. Here we go. Tommy Tedesco, 10 of 23, 107 yards, 3 interceptions. Not the day he was looking for. 87. Motion inside. They're lobbing it to the left. Oh, no! And there's McLeod. God, McLeod is just throwing stiff arms. I'm saying, get off of me. So now we have to see what goes on here. So I don't know why you wouldn't run this. You run the risk of throwing an interception. Here we go. Lowry back to pass. 3-man rush. Got a spy. He's got all day. Greeley with an insane catch. That'll be a timeout from Tucson. Wow. David Greeley, 1 target all game, and he caught it. So here's Vincent in the backfield, can hand off, rush to the left. It's going to be taken down, chopped down after a gain of 4. And this will sadly do it for the rest of the game. Does not matter. Tucson would need a forced fumble. Vincent officially hitting 100 yards on 20 rushes. That's 5 yards per attempt. They're going to, of course, increase that just a bit. Oh, my goodness, what a spin move. Gain of 8. And that'll do it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Omaha 15, Tucson 10. Wow. Lowry kneeling it down. That'll be the end of the game. I cannot believe what I watched. It went from pure incompetence to whoever had the lead was going to win. And that's it. Vincent, the running back, 21 rushes, 108 yards. Willis, the defensive back, 1 interception, 1 sack, 1 TFL. Go ahead and look at the stats. Lowry, 12 of 31, 158. He is regressing and going to regress hard. Tommy Tedesco also, 10 of 24, 107 yards, 4 interceptions. Look over at the game stats. Dickinson, 22 for 153, so there is 1 positive, 1 touchdown. Brooks had 7 tackles, 3 pass deflections. Look at the team leaders over here. Neither quarterback looking good. The run game for both these teams was the only thing that really worked today. Ronnie Patterson Jr., 1 reception for 7 yards. Oh my goodness. That is not the day you want. This had to be the worst possible day for Tucson and Omaha. Tucson 4 turnovers, Omaha 0. Sacks for Tucson is 4, so their O-line's going to regress again. Of course, you can check out the pass yards. Only 78 after all those sacks, only 78 passing yards. Rush yards 174, pass plays 40 to 31, rush plays 31-24. So Tucson a balanced attack. Omaha passing a lot more, which you do expect from the first week, but without your star wide receiver, you'd think they'd try to lean a little bit more on that run game. But oddly enough, towards the end of the game, the pass is what set them up to win. So that's probably the most ridiculous. 1 sack for Gabriel Ramirez. Nobody had an interception all day, and they desperately needed that. Alonzo Martin Jr., 4 deflected passes. No forced fumbles, no recoveries. 5 punt returns for Martin Jr. 5 returns for Jeremiah Brown. Really the only thing he did all day, technically. Jeremy Spencer missed a field goal. 1 of 2. Extra points, 1 of 1. Hunter Waldorf had 1 punt inside the 20, 1 inside the touchback, and 4 total punts. Go and look at Omaha. Hudson Lowry, 56 rating, 12 of 31, 39%. My goodness. 108 for Vincent. Look at the receiving yards all down here. Of course, James Eddy leading in tackles with Mr. Willis there, as all but 4 players had a tackle. Roman Bates, Christian Grant, and Antonio Willis all logging a sack. And here is where it all did it. James Dewitt, Andre Powell, Antonio Willis, and DeAndre McLeod all got a piece of the action today. And that's how you win the games. As Rashawn Holloway, 2 punt returns, 14 yards. DeAndre McLeod, 1 punt return, 6 yards. Kick returns was all Holloway. Of course, for kicking, Thomas Connect was 5 for 5 today. Was needed to be perfect, too. And here you go, Juan Galicia, 6 punts, 3 inside the 20, 1 touchback, 44.5 average. And that'll do it for us today, ladies and gentlemen, as we check out the depth chart before we leave. Tommy Tedesco at the top there, and oh my goodness, look at all these red dots. Blake Fry, Jason Wilcox, Jonathan Buxton, Cody Kennedy, and Cedric Lunsford. So the only 2 that are not expected to be returning anytime soon is going to be Lunsford and Kennedy. Buxton not expected to return, so never mind, he's also there. Wow, okay, so I apologize. Blake Fry is the only one that was expected to return all game. So they lost Wilcox, Buxton, Kennedy, and Lunsford today. So that's definitely going to hurt. Of course, you look at Omaha over here, and they don't have anybody, so that's nice. That's the difference in games, ladies and gentlemen. Injuries, turnovers, and of course, opportunities that you use with those turnovers. That'll do it for us today. I'll see you all next time.